For the second time in this postseason, the Cubs facing elimination found a way to win. They're going to have to do it again, and they're going to have to do it again where the season's over. But Game 3 at Wrigley Field was electrifying. It was exciting, and it was everything that we thought it could possibly be. And now you just got to hold serve and then force that Game 5 against the Milwaukee Brewers. So much to talk about here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. I'm not in my home studio, but I'm talking to you guys right now from a hotel because we got to get together and get ready for Game 4, which is late tonight. And what a big game it is. Who's going to start? While I'm doing this, they haven't announced it, but I think I know who it is. We're going to talk about all that right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Oh, who wants to go? Who wants to go to the game? And for our viewers in Chicago or surrounding areas, and I know there's a lot of you guys there, we're going to give away 2 tickets for tonight's game as well. So make sure that you comment. You got to be part of AveD, and then we'll pick a winner. You got to comment on our page, and you got to be a part of AveD right there, QR code and all that stuff. So let's get this party started, and I'm fired up. Go Cubs. All right, what do you say, guys? Get in the comment section. Thank you for being here. Let's go ahead and get into this right away. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Win playoff tickets for tonight. And all you got to do is be part of AveD. That's our QR code right there, Mick Nation. And you get to play games, which is super fun. And I'm going to tell you some of the stuff we got later on in the show, but make sure that you do that, comment, and we're going to give, we already did it once, we're doing it again. Every round, we're going to give tickets away, even in the World Series if you get there. All right, let's talk about Michael Busch. What an amazing playoffs, what an amazing leadoff guy Michael Busch is becoming for the Cubs. And when the Cubs made the trade to get him from the Dodgers, you kind of got a feeling that they were getting something special. And Busch's kind of been that guy, right? Cubs down 1-0, bottom of the first, and he gets up there and cracks a home run. And I felt like that home run was just so significant in the game. It immediately switched the momentum, and he's just been so good this postseason. And it doesn't surprise me at all. But they're saying that Sarah Langs on her X account, that he became the first player in MLB history to record multiple leadoff home runs in the same series in a single postseason, which is crazy, right? And so, yeah, I mean, you think about it, like what he's done in this series. Cubs got all the offense at the beginning of the game, but Busch was the guy that got him cranked. That home run and his ability to hit for power. He's become one of those players I really feel like that this team's going to have for a long time at first base. And I think the Dodgers may look back on that trade one day and go, you know what? We made a mistake here. Like, you don't give up players like him. But you had Freddie Freeman. You know, they tried to move him around the diamond. It didn't work. Great fixture for the Cubs at first base. And the other part of this, too, no matter what happens, the Cubs are getting playoff experience. These young players like Busch, like Pete Crow Armstrong, who had the bases loaded single and drove in a couple runs in the first. Those guys are getting the opportunity to play in games that matter. They're getting a chance to feel what it feels like in the postseason, you know, how you deal with all of that stuff. So, you know, hopefully they win tonight, force Game 5, win Game 5, and advance to play the winner of the Phillies and the Dodgers. Oh, and by the way, how about what happened in baseball yesterday? Tigers come from behind. They beat the Mariners. Looked like the Mariners were going to eliminate them. Who's the star of the game? Javi Baez. Love Javi. Home run in the game, couple hits. He's had an enormous series. Phillies are facing elimination. Dodgers got them right where they want them. In LA, all they got to do is win one. And guess who comes to save them, bail them out? Kyle Schwarber. So those guys from 2016, their star power obviously is leading their teams. And I hate that the Cubs don't have one of those guys on this roster, but it's a different time. It's a different roster, but I pulled for those guys, and it was really cool to see that. Cubs, Jameson, Taillon, and the bullpen. I thought they pulled Taillon out an inning too early, but I guess that's kind of how it is. You know, talking to my friends around baseball, they're like, nobody goes through the lineup 3 times anymore unless there's a big lead. And that's so surprising to me because it felt like the Cubs were kind of like an inning short when it came to relief. Andrew Kittredge gave up that home run, and then he comes and gets up another hit, and you're like, man, we're in big trouble. And they bailed him out, so they had enough. They're going to have to do the same thing today, right? Like all hands on deck. It's what you get paid for. And that's how it used to be. You know, the great relievers used to pitch a lot. Dennis Eckersley, Bruce Sutter, you know, those guys pitched a ton. Mariano Rivera, they pitched. And that's what these guys are going to have to do because you're going to have to get a ton of outs. 27 outs in these playoff games feels like an eternity. And when your starting pitchers aren't going 5 innings, that the bullpen's got to come in. And what surprises me the most about the way baseball is played right now is that you play the entire season one way, and then you get into the postseason. It's like they're playing it like winter ball. We're just going to keep throwing a bunch of, you know, relievers in there. And that's how everybody does. It's not just the Cubs. It's all around baseball. So I don't know that it's a good time to watch the game. I mean, I really like the days where a starter would get in there and duel against another starter, you know, but that's just not how it is right now. It'll eventually, I think it'll get back to that. But where we are right now, it feels like more like travel ball or rec ball. And your bullpen better be ready because they're going to bring somebody else in quickly, get you out of the game, and let's see what happens, right? Bullpen shine, though. Tip of the cap to them. Jameson, Taillon, he's been a bulldog in this playoffs, and the Cubs really needed that. So now we get ready for Game 4. And I saw some of you guys in the comment section, you're like, hey, series is over, Cubs are cooked, all this stuff. Man, you're supposed to win the home games. Brewers won their 2 home games. Cubs win tonight. They've won their 2. Series is tied. And then you go steal 1 and you win the series. That's it. Cubs made a very bad mistake at the beginning of this series, not pitching a Colin Ray to start that first game. Using Matthew Boyd on 3 days rest was just an overreaction. It was just like over managing. You know, sometimes the easy decision is ignored because everybody thinks they got to reinvent the wheel. Look, it's his time in the rotation. Throw him out there. You don't have anybody else. Cubs are missing their 2 best pitchers. They're missing Justin Steele and they're missing Cade Horton. And those 2 to me are the 2 best. Boyd's probably the 3rd best, but not on 3 days rest. With that said, I think he's going to pitch tonight. Now, I don't know if they're going to use an opener or he's going to start the game. I don't know. And maybe by the time you guys see this, you'll know. But the Brewers are kind of in the same spot too. Like I guess they're sitting back on. We'll see what the Cubs do, and we'll counter that. The Brewers want to win this series so badly. They get sick of being in the Cubs media, just like the White Sox. It's like you have a baseball team, but people care about the Cubs. I mean, like a lot of people. Like it's an enormous fan base everywhere you go. To the airport today, watching the game, and then watch the game on the plane. And everybody on there was Cubs fans. Like we're all cheering for the Cubs. People were coming into the bar at the airport restaurant. Hey, it's Cubs game's on. I'm coming in there. I'm hanging out. We're all talking about the Cubs. It's just the way it is. And I think that's what makes the Cubs special. It's just kind of the audience. But got to get out there tonight and make it happen. But they've won a ton of home games this year. They've been so good at home. We'll see if Matthew Boyd gets the start. And the Brewers want to beat Craig Counsell. They want to beat him in this series. And they got, like, look, they're 1 win away. So, crowd was amazing. Absolutely amazing at Wrigley Field. You can't, I watched the game, like the two places that I think, this is my opinion, the two best baseball places in this postseason, Yankee Stadium and Wrigley Field. Like, people go nuts. Like, it is such a great environment. So we'll do it again tonight. We'll see what happens. And again, you guys want to go to the playoffs? I've got 2 tickets. I'm going to give them away. Did it last time. You got to join Mick Nation right there, right? And when you're there, I'm going to tell you what we got. Obviously, Cubs and Brewers. Who's going to win that game? Give us the score. Saturday, Bama, Mizzou. That's a big, top 25 matchup. The Buckeyes and the Fighting Illini. Hey, how many Fighting Illini fans are there out here? My cousin's a professor there, by the way, FYI. Garfield. And then Indiana and Oregon. But yeah, get on there, play. We're giving away $500 a week, which should get you guys fired up. Cubs and Brewers tickets. We got Cubs baseball channel swag, all that stuff right there at the place that you love, Mick Nation. And we're basically resetting it every week with winners. But today's a big one, so be a part of it. All right, thank you guys for hanging. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, share it with your Cubs friends. And I'm not making fun of the Cardinals today. Too nervous for that. I'm sure they're looking at this series right now and they're going, we want the Brewers to win. And that just makes us hungrier. That just makes us want to win this series more. So we'll see what happens. But the Cubs aren't dead. I didn't think they were, honestly. You got to win the home games. Win the home game. Hey, we're tied. Let's go back to Milwaukee and let's go ahead and knock them out of the playoffs. But got to get there. All right. Thank you, guys. Go Cubs.